a San Diego sports sweep. The Aztecs, the Padres, and the Wave win. In the immortal words of Ice Cube, today was a good day. Hello to my San Diego family. This is the Fox 5 Sports Final. I'm Frank Jefferson. Hitting the extra point, it bounces off the field goal post and in. I mean, you can't even write that in a book. It was great. And something we talked about earlier was that when you have two high-power offenses like this, scoring about 30 to 35 points a game, whatever defense steps up is usually the one that's going to win, and that rang true tonight. Out of all the championships and the awards, David said one of the best things he's ever done in his career is helping the next generation. Here are two guys who are ready to get back on the field. Fernando Tatis Jr. will play his first game of the season this Wednesday against the Arizona Cardinals.
Brady, I mean, you know, the Tom Brady of the 2020s, perhaps?
I can't give him Brady yet, but he is often one of the greatest starts I think we've ever seen.
It seems like for everybody out here, it's the rivalry that they have been waiting for. The Padres and the Dodgers, and for most of the fans out here and the ones watching at home, this was a series that even before the season began, they had circled on their calendar. Just one day away from the Daytona 500, a race shown right here on Fox 5. But instead of listening to me, let's hear from someone who's going to put the pedal to the metal tomorrow morning. We all know that feeling when you come home after a long vacation or a break and you just drop your bags and just breathe. Well, that's what the Padres did today in the clubhouse, and everybody was happy, but nobody happier than Manny Machado.
Over the years, Julius has gained a lot of followers on social media doing cool stuff like this.
Ready?
Yeah.
The next question is, what's next? The Aztecs have a lot to think about during this offseason. This is a senior-heavy team, and with so many guys moving on, those spots need to get filled. And one way to do that could be through the transfer portal with their 3 remaining scholarships.
To have this in front of your home crowd, and especially for you from being here, what's it like?
It's incredible. I mean, it's special for everybody on the same level, I think, but for me, I think I got a different understanding than most of these guys.
It's not every day that you get the Padres and the Aztecs in the same place, and that's exactly what the fans are going to get tonight. The Padres honoring the Aztecs NCAA title run, Lamont Butler and head coach Brian Dutcher throwing the first pitch tonight. The only way a Western Conference matchup could have been any closer if the Lakers played the Clippers, which is fitting because it's the first time in NBA history all 4 California teams are in the playoffs. Fourth quarter action, Kings down 1. Just like the glam rock group, the Sweet, De'Aaron is a fox on the run. Sack leads 115-114. Fans in Golden One Arena going crazy. Kings back with possession. De'Aaron, the fantastic Mr. Fox. Beautiful touch pass to Sabonis for the slam. Joe Musgrove on the mound for the Friars. First start in New York since the wild card series against the Mets. He definitely had an Empire state of mind tonight, striking out Aaron Judge twice in 6 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits and striking out 6. Top of the 5th, full count, Juan Soto doing his best Kurt Russell impression, trying to help the Padres escape from New York with the win. Off the tee, heading towards the water, might need to change his name to Dean Martin, because how lucky can one guy be? The ball takes like 5 bounces, but somehow still stays dry. Ain't that a kick in the head?
The Lord is my first love, my family is my second, and my third is the Padres. Only Padre fans can go in here.
Barbara Lutz is the definition of a Friar fanatic, devoting a whole room in her El Cajon home to the Padres.
It's 50 years of memorabilia.
Lutz is one of the original season ticket holders. She still remembers her very first game.
June 21st, 1970.
The Padres had just started, just like her marriage.
We had tickets, and so we went to the Padre game on our first day of our honeymoon.
And just like a marriage, Lutz is loyal to the Friars. From the lows,
back in the years, it wasn't real easy to be a Padre fan,
to the highs.
Ripped down the right field line.
When the Padres went to the World Series in '84 and '98.
It was an incredible feeling, incredible.
But her favorite Padres moment, October 15th, 2022.
Beating the Dodgers. That was monumental. I was at that game on that Saturday night when we beat them. You're yelling as loud as you can yell, and you can't even hear yourself. That's what it was like at that stadium.
Barbara and her late husband, John, shared 50 wonderful years together before his death in 2021. The 79-year-old, thankful for her husband's support of her passion for more than half a century.
My husband was just a very special person, and he knew if it was something I really loved, then, you know, we have to do it, because I was fine with him. That's the kind of man he was.
These days, Lutz still goes to Padres games. She brings her grandkids. She says her favorite seat is right behind home plate, not just for the view, but for the memory of her first game with her husband on their honeymoon.
This was from our wedding. And when I thought, oh, nothing much has changed in 50 years. Here we are again, laughing.
Tara Miranda Parsons didn't play sports as a kid, but she was born to run, doing it 6 days a week.
Anywhere between 1 hour to 8 hours.
In 2015, she ran across the Grand Canyon. Yes, the Grand Canyon. The experience leading her down a path of extreme sports.
100K, and then 100 miles, and then I started swimming and cycling, and then I started to do triathlon.
Flying 8,000 miles to Nepal to compete in her first ever X-Tri triathlon, running into a problem once she landed.
We're watching the luggage come off, our regular bags show up, the bike bag never shows up.
The airline lost her bike and race gear. Despite having a week until the race, she was getting worried.
And so I thought, wow, I've trained for months and for nothing, kind of.
The day before the race, she got a call.
The race organizers were like, nope, you're in, like we found a bike for you.
With less than 24 hours before the event, she pieced together the rest of her equipment.
Bought some things and borrowed some things, and then it was game on.
Coming into the story, one thing I thought about was Parsons having to adjust for the elevation above sea level. San Diego's average elevation is about 20 meters, and Nepal has an average of 3,000, but she says she was ready for it.
I did train on Palomar Mountain on my bike a lot, which gets up to like 5,000 to 6,000 feet, so I got a little bit of altitude training in beforehand.
The training paid off. The first woman to cross the finish line.
I didn't expect to win at all. There were so many things stacked against me. So I was just so grateful that I was able to be there and to complete it, and then to win was like a cherry on top.